Well, greetings everyone. It's August 30th, 2012, and today I had the opportunity to go back to the National Guard, the Combined Support Maintenance Shop, and witness the retirement of one of my old friends and colleagues, Sergeant Major Gary Blackorby. In this video, in just a few moments, we're going to take you to the CSMS here in Jefferson City, and you'll be able to watch his retirement ceremony. And Gary, on a personal note, I just want to say it's been a pleasure to work with you for a lot of years. I had 32 years with the National Guard and 35 military, and I know you racked up 42 years of military service, and in today's time that's a big accomplishment because I don't think we see too many folks put in 42 years of military service such as yourself. But Sergeant Major, I just wish you the best in the future. Anything that you do, I hope it goes well for you. So folks, let's watch the ceremony.
I remember when I was first lieutenant, and some people probably still wish I was first lieutenant. But, I remember when Colonel Bodie offered company command for me, and I sat down with her and you in an office right up the hill, and you talked to me and about Delta Company 735th, about the battalion, and it's just been always a pleasure to work with you. And for the retirees, thanks for coming. Always glad to see you. With the CSMS employees and SMM employees, it's been a great year, and I always appreciate working with you. So with that said, I'm going to turn it over to Mike Jett, and I think as I've got by the agenda here.
All right. As I said, Major Jett, newly hired to the CSMS Superintendent position, so this is my first retirement ceremony for a man who has been around a long time. Sergeant Major and I's relationship started back in the late 80s, early 90s, up at the Signal Battalion. If not before, we're both trying to figure that out, but I think we're both too old for our memories on that particular piece. But Sergeant Major's taken 42 years of experience away. And I thought about this, unlike getting a new piece of equipment, you could jump out of an old and get in a new and continue on with the mission. But when an organization loses 42 years of experience, you can't replace that with one piece of equipment. It takes a lot of time to overcome that. And appreciate your service in our organization to our state and nation. Appreciate your service in the technician program. And there are a lot of folks here in the field that probably have no idea what kind of work you've done for them, but I assure you that they thank you. And certainly thank your family for supporting you in those 42 years, because without you, I don't suspect you could have done it. And thanks to all of you gentlemen out there, ladies and gentlemen in the field, that gave him what he needed to be successful. And if the young ones out there haven't picked this man's brain, you need to before he goes. So with no further ado, I'm going to turn it over to his supervisor, Chief Rinkemeyer, and talk a little bit about Sergeant Major's history. And then we'll be back up to visit Sergeant Major with some special awards.
This is my mother, Lola, and my father, Emil. He's a World War II vet, by the way. My brother, Laverne, B Battery 128, first sergeant up there, retired. My oldest son, Chad, my youngest son, Jake, and of course, my special friends, Lori and Nick. She's probably going to get a slot in heaven because she put up with me for about 5 years now almost. So my daughter and her husband, Melissa and Rob, are supposed to be here, but I'd say she's running late because she's late for everything. So, and also Colonel Mark Hampton and his wife Carrie was on their way, but apparently they're late too, but he's a very good friend and one of the best bosses I had. So.
Okay, we'll go over a little bit of history. As Major Jett said, Gary's got just about a couple months shy of having 42 years into the military service. We'll go over some of his assignments. One of his first assignments was senior flash observer for the B battery of the 128. And he was a howitzer chief of section, it says. It's kind of weird wording.
It's artillery stuff.
Yeah. Then he was gunnery sergeant. No Marines in that at all. Just gunnery. Then motor sergeant, a platoon sergeant, maintenance operations sergeant, operations NCO, command sergeant major of 135th Signal, command sergeant major of 735th Main Support, command sergeant major of 35th Discom, and command sergeant major of the 35th ASG, and with his last position is a J4 sergeant major at JFHQ. Some of his schoolings he had was a 17 Delta target acquisition, NCO leadership, ADOC, field artillery advanced, battle skills, senior battle staff, wheel maintenance is a 63B, NCO log programmer. He also had a TAMS course, first sergeant's course, computer lit. That one was on the hill?
No, that was at Fort Bliss.
Oh, okay, didn't know that one. Sergeant Major's Academy, support ops phase 1 and 2, FMTV DS maintenance and recovery ops. For some of his civilian affiliations, he's a member of the VFW, American Legion Legion Riders, Missouri National Guard Association, the Enlisted Association, and also the Harley's Owner Group. As far as Gary's technician side, he was hired on as a WG8 February 26, 1989. He was promoted to WG10 December 29th of 91, to WG11 July 9th of 2006, and to the wage leader where he's retiring at today. He got promoted to that position October 9th of 2009, which is a little under 25 years of technician service. So that's pretty good.
If we can take a few minutes and bear with me here and recognize him for some of his achievements in the past. We're beginning a tradition here with respect to the what we call the Samuel Sharp Award, and give you a little bit of history about the Samuel Sharp Award. We'll go on and talk about some specifics for the Sergeant Major, and then of course we'll issue the citation at that particular point. But in May of 1994, the U.S. Ordnance Corps Association initiated a program to ensure that ordnance personnel receive recognition for their deeds that go above and beyond the norm. In order to recognize and honor the best of the best in our Corps, the association created the Ordnance Order of Samuel Sharp. The medal depicts an eagle holding a flintlock rifle surrounded by oak leaves with a shell and flame overhead. The eagle represents America's freedom, which has been defended faithfully and to its fullest measure by members of the Corps since 1812. The flintlock rifle represents our Corps' beginning, as well as the material support provided by ordnance personnel in both peace and war. The oak leaves represent the strength and resolve of the Ordnance Corps to stand the test of time. The shell and flame represents the unleashed energy of the Ordnance Corps. That's a little bit about why and what the Samuel Sharp Award is all about. With respect to just a few of the items in which Sergeant Major has accomplished in order to receive this award are as follows. Again, over his 42 years of service, Sergeant Major Gary Blackorby has distinguished himself by exceptionally dedicated service in a succession of positions of great importance and responsibility to the Army and our great nation, culminating as Missouri Joint Forces J4 Sergeant Major. His previous significant assignments of leadership include the 35th Infantry Division Support Command Command Sergeant Major, 35th Area Support Group Command Sergeant Major, and the 735th Support Battalion Command Sergeant Major, and last but certainly not least, the 135th Signal Battalion Command Sergeant Major. Serving as the J4 Logistics Sergeant Major, Sergeant Major Blackorby directly impacted the maintenance posture of subordinate units assigned to the Missouri National Guard. His many years of knowledge and skills in multiple maintenance assignments as the NCO were key to communicating and assisting units in developing a sound maintenance program and training assigned soldiers. Sergeant Major Blackerby, through his depth and considerable experience, was instrumental in assisting 3 units competing and on to win at the national level the prestigious Army Award for Maintenance Excellence, what we all know as the AMI. It's issued by NGB. While serving in the ASG, Sergeant Major Blackerby significantly improved the safety, security, and operations of LSA Anaconda, one of the largest, and for those of you who have been there, probably one of the most attacked FOBs in theater. His exceptional leadership, creativity, and extraordinary efforts were responsible for the transformation of the LSA into a major support hub that supported over 25,000 soldiers, sailors, Marines, and Department of Defense contractors while in a multi-echelon environment. He provided a flawless oversight of the Troop to Task mission for the Garrison Command. Sergeant Major Blackerby's constant vigilance ensured the high-risk facilities and activities such as MWR, AVs, local national support, and perimeter tower operations were properly manned, and the mission was performed to the highest standard. As a Command Sergeant Major for the 735th and the 135th Signal Battalion, Sergeant Major Blackerby, through an aggressive leadership style, guided, mentored, and set the example for NCOs and enlisted soldiers within these battalions. He instilled the belief and the values that each soldier was part of an integral team, which was vital to the units and battalions' operational and mission success. Sergeant Major Blackerby's efforts in recruiting and retention were extremely noteworthy, making these battalions' fill rates among the highest within the DISCOM. His value and involvement in community events were remarkable, which brought a very favorable impression upon the Missouri Army National Guard. As the Command Sergeant Major, he traveled great distances on personal time to attend many functions throughout the state of Missouri. Sergeant Major Blackerby placed great importance and value upon visiting his soldiers during annual training to ensure the battalion was a family, not just a single unit. With no further ado, to all ordnance personnel, wherever ye may be it known that Sergeant Major Gary Blackerby, having been tried and found worthy to be numbered as one of our trusty members, has been gathered to our fold and duly initiated into the solemn mysteries of this traditional brotherhood of gunsmiths, wheelwrights, and metalworkers, issued on the 14th day of September, 2012, signed Edward Daly, Colonel.
Okay, speaking of awards, we got I'm going to go over the awards that Gary's received through his military career, starting off with the Legion of Merit, the Bronze Star, Meritorious Service Medal, Army Commendation Medal, Army Achievement Medal, Army Good Conduct Medal, Army Reserve Component Achievement Medal, 9th Award, National Defense Service Medal with Bronze Star, Global War on Terrorism, Iraq Campaign Medal, Armed Forces Reserve Medal with the M device, NCO Development Ribbon with number 4, Overseas Service Ribbon, Army Reserve Service Ribbon, Army Reserve Component Overseas Training Ribbon, 3rd Award, Missouri Army National Guard Commendation Ribbon, 2nd Award, Missouri Army National Guard Iraq Campaign Ribbon, State Emergency Ribbon, 3rd Award, Long Service Ribbon of 40 years, Basic Training Ribbon, and a mechanic's badge. And Gary also holds a Bachelor of Science in Business Management degree as well. So with this, we will start with the awards. Council, if you want to.
From the council and all the people at the SMM and the CSMS, it says some grateful appreciation to Gary D. Blackerby for your exemplary service, dedication, and job performance from the employees of the SMMO and the CSMS to commemorate 42 years, 30 October 2012. Thank
you. Sergeant Major, this is probably one of the best that I think all of us want to get one of these days. And this certificate of retirement from the Departments of Army and Air Force presented to Gary D. Blackerby on the occasion of your retirement from the National Guard Technician Program. I wish to extend you my personal thanks and appreciation for the many years of dedicated service that you have given to your country. You take with you my best wishes and those of your fellow technicians for happiness and success in the years that lie ahead. Signed, 31 October 2012, Major General Stephen L. Danner, Adjutant General.
Thanks, sir.
All right, we got a few cards here, looks like. Wonder what that is.
Oh, my. That's left over there for the Sharpies.
Oh, okay. That's what? That's part of your
Somebody's scared. I know these automotive guys in here.
Stand away from your mother, no explosion.
Thank God she's here. Oh, yeah. Thank you.
We need that for beer.
Congratulations on your retirement. May it be the best job you ever had. So somehow I think you do a better